Spider-Man, Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. Now you can see the superhero in a whole new... It was in the teleprompter. It said, sing these lyrics.
It said, Dan, please sing. Yeah.
Yes, it did. It did. Sing the next part. Yes. At RBTL's Auditorium Theatre, he's swinging in there Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse live in concert.
I had the chance to sit down with the conductor, Emily Marshall, to learn more about the upcoming marvelous musical experience. Take a listen.
Emily, let's jump right into it. This is a very exciting show. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse live in concert. There's a lot happening. There's superheroes, there's a live concert, it's a little bit of everything. It seems like something for everyone. Can you give us a little overview of what this show is?
Sure. So the Spider-Verse concert is you're watching the movie on a screen. You're seeing the movie that everybody knows and loves. And then we have a 13-piece orchestra that's accompanying, and a DJ that's accompanying the movie. So you get to hear the film score played live, but watch all of the action and everything happening on the screen behind you. So like you said, it's kind of something for everybody. It's like going to see a movie, but it's also like going to hear a concert that night.
It's like the best of both worlds.
Exactly.
You must be excited about conducting this.
Yes, it's so much fun. Daniel Pemberton wrote this score, and it matches up with the film so well. And there's so many cool elements that we get to bring to life. We're doing sound effect type things with live whistling, and then have 3 percussionists doing all these sorts of different kinds of drums. So there's a lot of really cool sonic elements that you get to hear and watch being performed by the musicians as well. So it's such a fun score to conduct and play. I get to play a little piano too for it. So it's great.
Music has this ability of making people feel emotion even when there's no dialogue, which is one of the most magical things about it, at least I think.
Totally.
Tell me a little bit about the score, about what kind of feelings people might have while they're watching this movie and hearing the music live in the room.
Yeah, I think it's so important for people to get that out there and hear live music and hear concerts, because there's just something different about being in the room, like you were saying, when it's happening and getting to experience it and feel it, feel the vibrations. Because that's why live concerts are always going to be a thing, because there's something different than just listening on your phone or in the car. And this score especially has so many moments of like action and adventure, where we're doing fast passages with the strings. And then there's emotional moments too, because like the film has so much heart in it as well, that I think this is a really great choice for a movie plus live orchestra. It wouldn't necessarily be the thing that everyone would always like think of first, but it works really well. And what we also have been able to do is kind of make it into, more of like a rock concert than a traditional symphonic show. So people go away and after the show and are just so excited and amped up. We actually, during the credits at the end section, they ramp up the volume, and we have an 8-minute concert where you're actually get a chance to really pay attention and focus on the orchestra when you had the movie and the music happening the whole rest of the time. So I think that's a really great moment for everyone to really feel the music and get to be a part of it.
You have a very impressive resume. Seems like you have done a little bit of everything, and you've done it well too. Is this going to be a challenge for you? Has it been a challenge for you? Or is this just one of those things where you're like, all right, let's tackle it head on?
Well, I've done some orchestra plus film before. I actually was on tour with Our Planet, the Netflix special, with an 18-piece orchestra back in the winter. So I'd done some of this work before, and I think that shows like this kind of are a culmination of a lot of my skills just in working with the music and the screen and everything like that. And there's a lot of technical elements that go into this too, making sure every night everything matches up with the music and what's happening on the screen. So I have a screen in front of me with a bar counter and all the timings and everything, so I can conduct us into all of the things that are happening. There's also click going on in our ears. So, and like we're on tour with this. So every city we go into, the crew has to come in and set up the show every night and make sure everything is working, and we do our sound check. But you know, it's a live theater, it's a live show. So there's always moving pieces. It's a different room that we're playing in every night. So it's always an adventure. Every day is a new one. But I think this type of show is so important for people to see and to be a part of, like the everyday vernacular, and have people come out to bring like the new generation out to see a concert. So it's been really cool to see the audience's reactions as we've gone through this and everything. And I think that gives us all a sense of, even though we did the same show last night, gives us a new sense of energy to perform again that night.
This is the first time it's an all-female led orchestra and a female conductor, and that's the first time you guys have all toured together in the US, is that right?
That is correct, yes.
So how do you feel? That must be very exciting.
It is very exciting. It's a wonderful group of musicians, and everyone was handpicked to perform in this show together. So just watching all of the musicians come together as like a tour family, you know, and both bring the music to life, but then really bond with each other as well too, because that's so important for tour. I think all of that has been really special, and I'm so lucky to be a part of it.
Let's talk a little bit about the orchestra. Handpicked, I'm sure they're just a great group of people.
They totally are, and such a talented group of musicians too. There's something interesting about this show too, is that it wasn't written to be performed live. You know, it was written to be recorded in the studio and then put with the film. So there's been a lot of things that, you know, if you mess up something in the studio, you go back, you punch it in and record it again. But this has to be performed 6 nights a week, you know, and figuring out the stamina and what needs to be done to make that physically, people physically able to perform that 6 nights a week and everything like that. I think that the musicians have really put a lot of time and effort into that and making it feasible for a great performance every night. But that's tough, you know, like that's not easy for anybody to do and to be consistent with it. So I take my hat off to them in all the work that they've done too.
Emily, when it comes down to it, it seems like so many performers, shows, artists are trying to bring in this next generation of music lovers, art lovers, trying to, I mean, I guess kind of bring them in. Is that the purpose of having a show like this?
I think it's definitely a big part of it. The age range that we see at this show, it's really amazing. There's young kids, and there's people coming in costume and just enjoying it so much. I get messages, and I'm not exaggerating, every night after the show, people find me to tell me and to tell the orchestra that it's one of their favorite concert experiences that they've ever had, which is so special. And just feeling that reaction from the audience just gives us such a sense of just such an energy on stage. We had some amazing shows this past weekend that really, like, they won't stop clapping and standing up and applauding at the end. And I just love being able to bring that to people all across the country and really get to see their reactions and feel their reactions viscerally. And so it's really cool.
All right, Emily, is there any last message you want to bring to people who may come to the show, who are considering coming to the show?
Yeah, I just think, to reiterate, it's just like a perfect night out for all different ages, all different people everywhere. Because you get to experience the concert, you get to see the movie, which is great, and you get to feel it all and be a part of it. So I think it's really a special show.
Well, we really appreciate your time today. Thank you so much. Have a good day and best of luck with the show.
Thank you so much.
Looks good.
Yeah, it really does. We had a great
good.
conversation, and it was yeah, it's going to be a great show for sure.
It is. More information on foxrochester.com. Hey, stick around. Your local headlines are coming up after America Steals and Deals.